Hello, today we're working on lesson 8.2, and this lesson is about fractions of fractions. So go ahead and get your paper and pencil out, and we'll go ahead and get started. Now, fractions of fractions basically means, how do I take, say I have 1/4, how would I take 1/4 of that 1/4? What would that equal? And that's kind of the question that we're going to go ahead and look at today. Okay, so let's look at this problem, 1/4 of 1/4. And what does that mean? Okay, so when I'm looking at this, if I take 1/4 of 1/4, so I have my fourth here. So this is my 1/4 right here. And I want to take 1/4 of that. What I then have to do is split each one of my fourths into 4 pieces. So I can cut this into 4, this into 4, this into 4, and this into 4. Okay, and then I want 1/4, I want 1 out of 4 of these 1/4 that I have. So if I take one of these out, actually let me use a different color here. If I take one of these out, I have 1/4 there of my 1/4, which overall, if I count these, would be, I'd have 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 1/16. So if I take 1/4 of my 1/4, I have 1/16. So let me explain to you an easier way to do that now that you kind of see what that means as a picture. Okay, so we've seen how 1/4 of 1/4 can turn into 1/16. Now let's look at an easier way to solve a problem like that. So if I want to find 1/4 of 1/4, I could draw that complicated picture and cut up my pie, or I can do something different. I can take the 1/4, I can take that of and just turn of into a multiplication sign. Let's go 1/4 times 1/4. And what's really cool about that is when we multiply fractions, it's very simple because you just take your top number times your top number and your bottom number times your bottom number. And it's really as simple as that. So if I was going to do 1/4 of 1/4 or 1/4 times 1/4, I would just go 1 times 1 equals 1. And that's going to stay right on top. So you see I went 1 times 1 equals 1. And then on the bottom, I just go 4 times 4 equals 16. So I have 1/16. When you multiply fractions, it's really as simple as that. So let me put a couple fractions on the screen for you to give a try to. So I want you to try 1/3 of 2/3. And remember that of just changed to a multiplication sign. And I want you to try 1/5, that's not a great color, of, or 1/5 times or of 2/4. So I want you to try both of those problems now. So go ahead and pause your video and give it a shot.